Hi, welcome to Range and Country. I'm Peter.
And I'm Lawrence.
And we're here today to bring you a review of the fantastic HW100 air rifle from Weihrauch.
Yeah, absolutely. Tried and tested German.
Mm.
Let's get into it.
Absolutely. Now, what's prompted this video in particular is because we have just started replacing our club guns on the airgun range with the fantastic HW100. The version that we've chosen is the T synthetic. So now the Weihrauch models are often denoted by letters, aren't they?
Yeah, they come in a number of different specifications, and the letters tell you what's what.
So T. So now that tells us that this is a thumbhole stock.
Yep.
Full length.
Yep.
Yeah. Now this is a synthetic, and we've gone for synthetic stocks because the guns get moved about down to the range.
They're more hard wearing and they're cheaper.
Yeah, they get put on the bench. The walnut would get scuffed with people, so many different people using them, that we thought we'll go for the synthetic. It's not going to matter if it gets marked. It's going to be much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few quid cheaper as well. Can't remember how much, but just a few quid cheaper. Now, one of the reasons we've gone for the Weihrauch HW100 is that we've up until now we've had on the range Walther RM8s, haven't we?
Yeah.
Now, they've been brilliant guns, but we do get quite a few issues of people double loading them, and this it causes a bit of a pain, doesn't it, for the range officers?
Yeah, because they don't have the anti-double load. Obviously, these that we're implying that these do.
Yeah.
And they're not quite as built as well, so you've got to be a little bit more rough with them. So for new shooters,
so they're a bolt action, aren't they? And you do have to be quite firm with that bolt, bringing it back, don't you, to reload? And if you don't, then you've miscocked it. So you pull it back again to cock it, which you do, but in doing that, you index another pellet. And we do have a few blockages, don't we? So cut down on range officers having the problem of having to unblock barrels for people. We have chosen the HW100, where you can't do it unless you really, really try hard, and then you can.
The anti-double load is quite a clever little mechanic. So you will show your magazine off here as well. Pop the magazine in, lock it in with that magazine retaining catch here, bolt forward, puts a pellet in, bang, you fire that pellet. When you want to fire your next pellet, as we cock it back, the magazine here will rotate, and then you can load the next one. If you then forget that you've cocked that, if you then cock it back again, it won't move, which is very, very clever. So now, as many times as you cock that without firing the rifle, it won't load a second one in. Obviously, when you fire it, cock it again, it will then twist. But until you fire it, it won't load a second one. Obviously, if you really mess up, you take the magazine out. If you refill it and then put it back in, close the bolt. Obviously, that's going to load another pellet. Yeah. That's what you were.
That's what I say. If you really try hard. Now, it's got one little other feature that is, I think it's unique to Weihrauch, isn't it? That you can only put on the safety catch when the gun's cocked.
Yeah, which is very, very cool as well. So yeah,
at
the minute I've just fired it off. Safety catch won't go on. Rifle's cocked. Safety goes on.
Now this is quite handy if you're out in the field and you haven't had a shot for quite a while. You think, did I cock the rifle?
Is there a pellet in it? Is there not?
Yeah. So the easiest way, can I put the safety catch on? And if you can put the safety catch on, the gun's cocked.
Yeah. It's simple. An out-and-out hunting rifle. That's what it's designed for. That's what it's built as from the ground up. They've been out for years?
Donkeys.
Yeah, 2 decades at least, I'd have thought. Yeah. Not 100% exactly on the years. The fact that we use them on the range is just testament to how good they are as a rifle.
Yeah.
They're accurate. Obviously, we've been zeroing them already. We'll get into shooting it in a little while. They're brilliantly accurate and very easy to use. So
They're very quiet as well. They are teamed up with a Weihrauch moderator, aren't they?
Yeah.
And that is an absolutely superb bit of kit, that Weihrauch moderator. And combined with this long barrel, it's hard to tell it's fired sometimes.
Yeah.
You just get a click from the action and that's it.
Yeah. When there's pellet in, it's very, very quiet.
Yeah. Now, we started off saying K and KT and decided this one is a T synthetic.
Yeah.
So the KT would be, it's got a bit of polystyrene on it. There we go. So the KT would be carbine.
Carbine, because it's German, it's K. It's carbine with a K.
And T for thumbhole stock,
Yeah.
which is, I think the 177 KT is the most popular rifle in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah.
From in the 100 range. A bit lighter. Shot count.
Mm-hmm. It's about 55. The KT, I'll put this, so yeah. It is a lot shorter. That's where it comes to. The cylinder is shorter, as well as the barrel. So you get less air and it's less efficient. You get 55 shots in the 177 in the K and 70 in the 22, whereas the full length is 110 and about 130. 177 versus 22.
That's why we've gone for them on the range, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
of the shot count. That's why we've gone for the longer version.
Yeah, just over 100 usable shots. They are regulated, so every single one of those shots should be absolutely bang on until it hits reg pressure, which is about 90-ish, I think 95 on these, and it'll just drop off.
Yeah,
You should
about
get that.
90 on a 177.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing about the HW100, they are exceptionally well built. The engineering in them is, I said exceptional once, didn't I? I can't really say it again, can I? But that's really what they are.
Yeah.
It is German engineering at its best. And when we do get, on older models, when we do get a leak, when we do need to service them, as we do in-house, they're a bit of a doddle. You know, they're quite a bit to them, quite complicated, but it's go through it systematically. Bang on. Clean the regulator, set the regulator pressure, go through, reseal it, and they're just back to being a superb rifle. So from your end, Lawrence, we've got a raised cheek piece on the synthetic there.
Yeah, it's not adjustable. This is like a little soft rubberized section, but it's not adjustable or anything. It's comfortable enough. No, they're very, very comfortable. The thumbhole stocks. Personally, I prefer the thumbhole to the Sporter.
Snap. Yeah.
But they're very, 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 very comfortable. Do you need the adjustable height? It probably would be nice, but well, you can get that with the laminate, which is more expensive. But
yeah.
as standard,
I think if you started off and you've been used to an adjustable cheek piece, you probably do want it. But I don't think I've ever had an adjustable cheek piece.
There you go.
And I've probably never missed. Well, I don't know if I've missed it because I've never had it. So
yeah,
but it might make me shoot. That could be it. That could be where I'm going wrong.
Could be the secret sauce.
It
Yeah.
could be.
We do have an adjustable butt plate though, on the synthetics only. So the
Yeah.
wood ones don't come with that, but the synthetics do.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we've got their record trigger, which is with a K again, REK.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. I don't know the mechanics of what it is and how it works and stuff, but it's
just
very,
works.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of their rifles are fitted with a record trigger as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it does work.
Absolutely, really, really crisp. You've got a lovely first stage, solid second stage, and then nice sharp release.
Yeah.
Excellent triggers. Can't speak highly enough of them.
Yeah.
Hence why they're in all their guns.
Yeah. Now, modern HW100s, they come with a Weaver stroke Picatinny rail, don't they? Which slides onto the standard rail.
Yes. So obviously as standard, this one here is 9 to 11. They're all 9 to 11 as standard, but you get a little plastic Weaver Picatinny rail that drops onto there, which is very, very clever and very, very handy for the not too expensive cost of them putting a little plastic rail in. It gives us the opportunity to, because it's a hunting rifle, we can put night vision onto it. We can have a little thermal scope on it. We can put a tactical scope straight onto the hunting rifle, as it should be. You're going to mess around, try and get that out, aren't you?
This is a bit like the Krypton factor.
Okay. Well, I'll carry on. By
You
the time
carry
I'm
on.
done, you'll probably have that undone.
Might do. Did you watch the Krypton factor? Because you're too young, aren't you?
Yeah, it was, yeah, before me.
Yeah. So, voila. And that is it's a full one piece. And slide over, because the magazine doesn't come above the rail. And it also comes with a little biathlon lever as well.
Yep. So the later ones, as of a year or so. I don't know how long these
A
have
bit
been.
longer than that, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say so.
So obviously it's side lever and it's completely flat as standard. But if you want, you can put this little biathlon lever as well.
I noticed we had one in the other day, and somebody had put it on the other way up as a customer's gun. And just whichever way works for you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't not work.
Yeah. So there we go. There's that little bag of goodies that comes with the rifles.
Yep.
Just got to do it up again now.
Yeah. Brief mention, the cylinder on these is removable. So you can unscrew this cylinder here. In fact, it comes off of the rifle to us from Germany. It comes empty. It's a bit of a relic left over from when...
They weren't quick fill.
Yeah.
Basically.
PCPs at the start, you would have to unscrew the cylinder, screw it straight into your bottle and fill it from there and then put it back on the gun. I don't think you really need to. I'll just put it on, leave it. If you need more air when you're out hunting, you can get a little 1.1 little weekender carbon bottle to refill the cylinder. That'd be easier rather than messing about unscrewing it.
It would, yeah. Yeah, it certainly would. On there's a little O-ring in there that seals between the cylinder and the action, and continually taking that on and off it does wear the O-ring, so
yeah,
just brings in a bit of a leaky point.
Yeah,
can do.
Another little, it's almost a feature. So after the stock is held on, or the action's held onto the stock by 2 bolts here. This front one you can remove. And for princely sum of, I think, a tenner,
about a tenner,
11 quid, something like that.
Yeah.
You can replace this screw for a stud. So you can screw that straight in, and that'll give you a sling stud. You can put a bipod on there, or if you then find some way of attaching another stud at the back, you can have a sling both sides. But it's very clever that they've sort of thought about that, and they've given you a way to have a bipod straight on it.
Yeah. It's ideal.
What are the features? Magazines.
Yes.
You get 2 of them. They're these little 14-round jobbies. They're very good. They're very high quality. They're a
very well made, aren't they?
solid piece of aluminium.
Yeah.
There's nothing really to go wrong with them. As we said earlier, the quality of the action is superb, and they just don't go wrong.
German engineering again.
Yeah.
At its best.
They just don't go wrong.
Vorsprung der Weihrauch.
Yeah, brilliant. Close enough.
Yeah. Now, the synthetic model isn't that popular, is it, Lawrence? I know these are a special order, which is up to 30 weeks, which we've had to wait for them. And we've got another 6 on order as well, waiting 30 weeks for them. After us trying the first batch of 6 and finding out how good they were. Now, you lose quite a bit of weight at the back, don't you, with the synthetic version?
Yes. The walnuts are very, very well balanced. Mind you, the synthetics are. You're saying you lose a lot of weight in the back. The synthetics are very well balanced as well. It's a little bit front heavy. In this, the longer version, I think that's mostly why people tend to go for the KT.
Yeah. Because
it's a bit shorter. I would be confident in saying it's better balanced. It is lighter. We haven't even mentioned weight, have we? It's a lighter version of a quite heavy rifle. So this KT is about 2.8 kilos or £6 and 5. So yeah, they can be a bit of a lump. They're a £7 rifle by the time you put a scope on. The KT makes that less bad, and it's definitely the better balance. If you're using it as a hunting rifle, I think objectively the KT is a better rifle. Now, whether you go for the synthetic or the wood isn't. I don't think it's that much more. I don't think the woods are that much more expensive.
I think you're probably 20, 30 quid. I think that's all.
Yeah. So I think for that reason, most people tend to go for.
Now we've touched on Ks and KS, KTs and whatever. You've actually got down there off one of our second-hand guns, haven't you? That's in for service currently. That is a KS stock.
That's yes.
So that is the Sporter. Rather nice Sporter stock with the that grain in the walnut, I must say. But it doesn't do it for me.
It's not as special as the thumb hole. I think the thumb hole's
not as
a bit nicer. Yeah.
I really like the thumb hole. It's one of the finest stocks, along with the Day State Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverines are very, very good.
Yeah. It's just one of those that is really, really nice straight out the box, and it just fits.
Mm-hmm. One thing we haven't mentioned is every version is ambidextrous. The action isn't. The action is dedicated right-handed, so it's only on the right here. But every stock is ambi.
Yeah.
Lengthwise, we haven't gone through length. I just realised on our little cheat sheet there.
No.
The full length one is 106 centimetres, 41.5 inches, and the short one is 95 centimetres, 37.5 inches. I think we mentioned this on the Pretenses video or the R12 video. That's a sort of standard length. They're both about a sort of standard length, about a metre, something like that. The short one feels a bit more pointable, a bit better balanced. Yeah.
This is ideal on the range. This one, isn't it?
Yes.
And this is ideal in the woods.
Yeah.
But basically, it's I mean, for me, wood version all day long. But you know, for practicality, for utilitarianism on the range, I like that.
Yeah. Well, hence why we've got 6 of them, I guess.
Nothing worse than a bit of dinged walnut, is there?
That's it.
Yeah.
At least if that gets marked, it's all right.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Shall we jump in and shoot him?
Let's give it. Well, yeah. Let's you give it a go.
Let's see how it goes.
Now, Lawrence is going to have a shoot of this rifle. Now, this is a club gun. So, just again, what we've got, we've teamed this up with a Hawk fast mount, and it is a 4-16 by 50 fast mount scope. So it's one of their package scopes that they put together. Coming mounts. I'll try not to talk while he's shooting to put him off. But it is a superb scope, and on the club guns, it's very good because the people hiring the rifles or coming for a taster can see where the pellets have gone at 30 yards, which is quite important. I did say to our range officers when we took these down to the range, I says, just be careful, because when somebody shoots, it can just hear you can just hear just a click, and you think there's nothing happening, and it is the Weihrauch moderator combined with a bit longer barrel. It just makes it so quiet, and as I said, quite often all you hear is a click from the action. You can't hear any report from the muzzle. And it does just make you wonder if it's doing anything.
I was trying to make that like a demonstration as you were explaining.
Okay. But
it was a bit late.
Okay. Now we are 25 yards indoors, so there shouldn't be any wind. Not from outside anyway, any wind will be internal. I thought they were all going through the same hole, to be honest.
So did I. So I think my rather strong coffee that I had It's starting to kick in, so I'm a bit jittery. It's a bit jittery left and right.
Is that right?
It doesn't explain that last one, how it's a bit down.
I must admit, I don't think I've heard that one before. The one about the coffee. That is a new one on me. So is it all through that same hole on the right hand side?
I can see the heart. I can see my heartbeat in the scope.
Yeah.
I can see it going dum 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 dum. Yeah.
Just like Kylie. The song.
No, you lost me on that one.
No, she had a song called Badum. Badum. No. You're a youngster. You're meant to be. You're meant to be with it, aren't you?
Meant to be. Clearly not. I'll have one more.
That's pretty. If you ignore those two to the left, it's pretty good shooting, and that is what I would expect from the HW100. The two to the left are probably what I'd expect from Lawrence, but. You haven't seen the mag. You'd only got 12 of it, I think, hadn't you? So.
Oh, there's only another 3 left.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get them all through that same hole. Just hope you're not too jittery.
It was a very strong coffee.
Was it espresso? That was right in the middle there. I think this just show that the guns are better than we are.
Yeah. I think I've said before, I think I've explained my lack of shooting ability before.
Oh yeah, let's hear this.
That it's, you have that chart, don't you? You have that circular chart of if you see where your pellets go in, and it's constantly going over that way.
Yeah.
It could be that you're doing something wrong, either gripping it too hard or what.
I can't remember on that clock face of there being one for jittery due to strong coffee.
Well, that's because it's like halfway between them. It's like halfway on the angle, so there's a new one.
Okay.
I've just discovered it.
So we need to add a little into that sort of pie chart there.
Exactly, yeah.
Jittery due to strong coffee.
Correct.
Okay.
It will do every shot through the same hole.
Oh, it will, yeah.
I can't do that, though.
No,
but
not after a strong coffee.
Not
and
after
you're
strong
jittery.
coffee. Shall we go into the conclusion?
Yeah, let's. Now, although it might seem crazy to be going over and doing a review on something that's been out for such a long while and been so popular, I just felt that, we need to show its merits, us using them on the range. And for that reason, longevity for the quality engineering, the anti-double load facility. I just felt that we had to cover it.
Yeah, I think another reason that it's been taken so long for us to review it is it's just become a piece of the sort of furniture. They've been out for so long.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
They've been good for so long. We just realise that you just expect them to be there. You just stop noticing them. I don't know if that's quite.
I know a few years back we'd get a customer come in and he'd say, or he or she or they would be looking for an air rifle budget, £1,000, £1,200. You'd pass them 3 rifles. One of them would be this, and they'd go, "Oh yeah, yes please."
Quick as that.
Yeah.
Now it's been quite a few years since you've been able to get one of these and a full package for less than £1,000.
Yeah.
But yes,
I think that's about where the guns are, isn't it? Round about now, and then your bits and pieces on top. But there's, give somebody a gun from 2 other manufacturers, and that this just fits. It just feels right, doesn't it? It fits the hand. It just feels right, and it's such an easy sale. You know, we're not salesmen. People want the gun. You know, they'll buy it. The gun's sold themselves.
Yeah. Now, speaking of price, we get quite a few comments on this.
We do. Yeah.
We very intentionally don't mention the price.
Try not to, don't we?
No, because like when we did the Ghost review the other day, there can be a price increase after 9-10 months, and if someone comes to a video after a year or 2 years after we've uploaded it, price will have changed. So that's why we don't mention prices in the video.
It can be a bit misleading, can't it, for people who are watching our videos?
If we'd have recorded this in 2017 and we said that these were $729.
Was it really?
They were $729 at some point.
Wow, in the early days.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was 2017 or what. Yeah. And then obviously go check out the website now and they're a grand plus, I think.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands something. So yes, that's why we explicitly don't mention prices.
We try not to. We do generally give a rough ballpark figure, don't we, of sort of where they are, where to be expected. But no, good point there. And just remember, we do the home delivery on these. So it'll either be myself or Lawrence or Callum or coming, bringing it to your door and, with a smile. Generally, Lawrence and myself, isn't it? North or south.
Yeah. Bringing it to you.
Yeah.
Order it from the comfort of your own home, can't you? And just got to open the door.
Brought to your armchair almost.
Ideally with the tea in hand for us, but we don't.
Have you got time for a cup of tea on your travels? Because I don't. That's it. That sums it up. Brilliant gun.
That's the 100.
Fantastic engineering.
We use them as club guns, so I don't really know what bigger praise there is than that.
Now, there is one drawback with using these as club guns. Now, the RM8 is a starter rifle.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of people come down the range and they say, I've got on really well with it. How much can I have one of those packages for? And you weigh it up. The gun is about about 400, weren't they? About 4 something, plus a scope, plus a moderator. So it's not a bad price. When you start looking at one of these, we're in a different price league, aren't we? So this isn't really, unless the person coming to have a taster session.
Unless you really know what you want.
Yeah. You probably want a couple of taster sessions, which is fine. Come down the range, come and try them for a couple of times before you commit to it. But then you're not going to want to be upgrading after 6 months, are you? So that's a positive there. Yeah.
I think that about sums it up.
It does, yeah. So thank you very much for watching. If you've managed it this long without falling asleep, we sometimes struggle ourselves, so we know what you're up against. But please like and subscribe down that side, I think.
We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, see you next one.